Jason, if you had to give it a one sentence review, what would it be?
Too much thunder and not enough love.
My one sentence review is thank God Kristen Bell's a good actor to save this movie. Thor embarks on a journey unlike anything he's ever faced, a
Yeah.
quest for inner peace. However, his retirement gets interrupted by Gore the God Butcher. I was going to say the Body Butcher, God Butcher, a galactic killer who seeks the extinction of gods. To combat this threat, Thor enlists the help of King Valkyrie, Korg, and ex girlfriend Jane Foster, who, to his surprise, is inexplicably wields his magical hammer. Together, they set out
We
on
all
a
know.
harrowing cosmic adventure to uncover the mystery of the God Butcher's vengeance. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the summary for Thor, Love, and Thunder. Jason, if you had to give it a one sentence review, what would it be?
Too much thunder and not enough love.
Hmm. My one sentence review is thank God Kristen Bell's a good actor to save this movie.
I think
Jason, I
we're
went
gonna.
first on Stranger Things. You go first on Thor. What are your thoughts
I
on
know we're
Thor?
gonna have similar thoughts on this.
Yes.
For all you Marvel stands out there, I also enjoyed this movie.
Get
this
that out of the
movie,
way first.
this movie is hilarious. It is probably the funniest movie I've seen in a long, long time. Uh, I was laughing 99% of the time, and therein lies the problem for me. This movie is so it doesn't get serious until the last half of the third act. And for me, especially with such a threat, the humor completely undermines any stakes, any sort of tension, any sort of uh threat, basically. Yeah, I was gonna go back to threat that Gore ever had. Like, there's nothing, like, they don't take this seriously at all. So I'm not taking this seriously at all. Like, there from the beginning scene where we actually open it with Gore and his daughter dying. After his daughter died, from that point on, for the rest of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
every single scene has a joke in it. And it does
Mm-hmm.
not, and not just a joke, 40 jokes in it. And it does not get back to being serious until the last scene of the movie. Basically. Like, even when they're talking about Jane having cancer, the joke, Jane is a fucking astrophysicist. She knows a stage 4 cancer diagnosis is terminal. And she's like, how many stages could there be? 4. It's 4. Like, that's the last one. You're dying. Like, this should be serious. Fucking Sith, when she's fucking on the planet, oh, just leave me here. She's fucking hamming it up. We haven't seen this actress in a movie in decades. You know, we've seen her in fucking Age of the Seal, which is either or not or canon or is canon, depending on how Paul or Kevin Feige, not Paul Feige, feels of the day. And she's giving this like hammy performance, and they're making a joke out of it. And she's like, just leave me here to die over hamming a fight to it. And so I could go to Valhalla. And Thor's like, well, you actually have to die in bout. She would know that. Like, she fought with you for 1,000 years. She would know that. Like, why is this a joke? She like I like this movie. I think the most disappointing thing about this is the fact that Taika Waititi is probably one of the best directors for comic book movies. Like, between him and James Gunn, they know how to blend the humor with the dramatic so very well. In Thor Ragnarok, he did it so very, very well. Like, there were some funny parts, and then there's some serious parts, and there's some funny parts. He did it so very well. In Jojo Rabbit, fucking masterpiece. But in this one,
and,
it's
and,
like,
and, and that, guys, is about Nazis. That's
yeah,
how
that's
good the
about
humor he does.
Nazis.
It's about Nazis. Yes.
Yeah, and like in this one, it's just like it was like it's funny movie. It's like it's entertaining. It's fun. It's also, but it's like also like like I get it. It's a movie. Movies aren't supposed to, they don't mean anything. None of this stuff is important. Honestly, it's a movie. It doesn't mean anything. But like the fun part about movies is being invested in the characters and in their struggles and their traumas and their story. But if the characters themselves aren't invested in the story, then I'm not going to get invested in that story. And for me, it's just like, oh wow, I went to this movie hoping for a nice, juicy hamburger, but y'all just gave me cotton candy the whole entire time. And I like cotton candy, but like I wanted to fill my stomach up, and you didn't. And now I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry. And like there's so much good to like here, and that's what is so frustrating about this movie. Like Christian Bale could have probably, if he was in any other movie as the villain, could probably have as this villain could have probably turned in one of the greats. Like he would have been up there with Thanos or Loki or the Joker or whatever if he was in any other superhero movie as this character. But because they give him absolutely nothing to do for the whole entire movie until the end, it's just like, why do we even care? Like, we don't. I don't. Maybe some other people do, but I don't even care. Like, this guy is out there killing gods, the most powerful beings in this universe. We never see it. We never see him as he kills one god, and they say he kills more gods, but we never see him. They just say he's a bad guy. And then at the end, and like his motivation behind it is really, really interesting. That the fact that he's a guy who was a very devout worshiper, and his gods let his family die. And not only did his gods let his family die, but they didn't give a shit. Right? Like actual God doesn't. Like, no offense to the and like that is a real like thing, like, a real like great like interesting pathos to have, is that like he is literally been betrayed by his physical gods, and now he's out there trying to destroy all these deities in this, and yet we don't see any of it. Like every time we see any other gods, they make it into a joke. It's funny, ha ha ha. And it doesn't even get in, like, even the climactic moment where they had a final battle is still not serious, because like, oh ha, I give the kids the power of Thor and they can fight along too. So this guy is not even fucking worth having any other fucking people come and fight with me with him, because we'll just get kids. And it just completely undermines any menace, any threat, any subtlety that this character had. Because, Christian Bale in the 4 scenes he's in is acting his butt off, because that's what Christian Bale does. Like, he doesn't half-ass things. That's why he yelled at that dude for getting into sightlines on fucking Terminator Resurgence or whatever the fuck he was in.
Salvation.
Because he's a serious actor and he takes his shit seriously, and you can see that when he's on the screen for the 4 times he is. But the rest of the movie is like, nah, fuck that dude. I don't even care. Like, oh, here's a screaming goat. Isn't that funny? Oh, here's fucking Kurt Russell. Is it Kurt Russell? Kurt Russell doing a bad, not Kurt Russell. It's Kurt Russell.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe doing a bad Greek accent. Haha, that's funny. Oh, I flick you, and now you're naked. Haha, this is a joke. Oh, this is funny. Oh, she has cancer. She's dying. But, oh, who cares? This is all funny. Funny. Like, I didn't feel anything for this movie. And that's the sad part. Like, after I got done with this, I was like, it was a movie. I was entertained for the 2 hours it was in there. But once I'm done, I'm like, it's gone. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, and like the best part about Marvel movies is they're supposed to get you invested. And I feel like in the last few movies that they've made out for this stage 4 or whatever we're in, or phase 4 we're in, like, it's not getting me invested to anything that's like, I'm just watching movies just because they're Marvel movies. I'm not watching because they're building up to anything. I'm not watching because they're telling any good stories. Like, they're basically are now just DCing shit up at this point, where they're just like, hey, God Butcher, that's something that people liked in the comic books. Well, he's in the movie. Was he doing the same things he did in the comic book? No. But he's in the movie. Isn't that cool? Like, y'all really like that comic book, so here's a movie about it. Like, but it's not really the same thing, because in the comic book it was serious, and it's not serious at all. Like, so what's it? It's not. They're just cash. They're just. It feel like they're scraping at the bottom of the barrel now. They're just like, and they're hitting the wood at the end. They're getting bits of chunks of wood and splinters, and they're still putting it in ice cream. And they're like, it's good, right? And you're like, and you're trying to pick the splinters out of your mouth, and you're like, I guess so.
Wow.
I'm disappointed. That's the big. I'm disappointed. That's probably that's why I'm so harsh, because this movie's funny as fuck.
Look, you've heard me on the show a lot. Like, if everything funny, if you can't get serious, ain't nothing really funny. And this movie suffers from that more than any other movie we've probably ever reviewed on this channel.
It's worse than a Deadpool.
He's right. He's right. Yeah, it's a lot of funny. It's a lot of jokes. And the sad part is that when this movie opens and you see that opening, and I go, oh, we about to be in for some real ass shit. Like, I have a rule in movies. If you kill a kid in a movie, you in for some real ass shit. And nope, it doesn't. Honestly, know what the better movie would have been? I'd rather just watch gore.
Yeah.
This whole run. Just made that movie for 2 hours and have him fight Thor at the end. And because we already know about Thor. And I mean, I don't really care enough about the Jane Foster thing to have to really have to make a movie about it. But I really wish this movie should have been 3 movies. And that's the problem. They've smashed 3 movies together. Because I heard the original cut was 4 hours long. Maybe it's some seriousness in the 4 hours of that original cut that they're saying exists. But regardless, we got what we got. The whole God thing.
They cut out Lena Headey, and Lena Headey got sued for that. They cut out so much.
The God stuff should have been its own movie. The Jane Foster thing should have been its own movie. And then the God Butcher should have been its own movie. None of those things should have been together. You should have made some remedial marginal villain and made a Jane Foster movie, because that's probably what we needed since she wasn't in the other, like Avengers and all that. You make that movie. Explains why she's there. You keep her as Lady Thor. And then you could have made this God Butcher movie, and we could have focused on the God Butcher. What's up?
The Mighty Thor. She corrected Gore about that.
Well, she's technically Thor, because Thor isn't Thor.
Yeah, but yeah, she's the Mighty Thor. She's the Mighty Thor, not Lady Thor.
I just called her Thor. Yeah, I know.
There's a joke about that.
I got you. I'm calling her Thor. I'm just saying she's Thor now at that point. Yeah. You could have made a movie about that. Then you could have made another movie with them battling the God Butcher. And then you could have made the movie about them, like, with the gods or whatever. Because I think that's probably going to be the next one, is like Battle of the Gods or some shit like that. Who cares?
Exactly. Who cares?
Besides it's all the jokes. Okay, cool. My biggest gripe of all of it is, besides the error and continuity that you mentioned to me earlier the other day, which now I can't get out of my mind. I don't know, because I don't want to take credit for the error that you found. Like, you don't remember it with Storm Chaser and the ancient.
Oh yeah. Them like, oh yeah, like Storm Chaser is the only way to get to fucking this eternity. Except he just got that shit.
Yeah,
like last movie.
It's just an ancient text that Stormbreaker's gonna like, and anyway. So besides that, you make argument. Oh, maybe they saw into the future. Okay, well, eat it. All right. Besides that one, the problem I have with this movie is that the cruxus at the end of the day of this movie is based off a gag in the movie. So in the movie, it's a gag about like all of it, like Thor cheating on his current weapon because he wants his old weapon back. And they make the joke about it, and it lands. The first time it happens, it lands. It's great. Second time, it still lands pretty well. It's okay. By the third time, where he can't use the rainbow thing, I'm like, what? Hold on. Like, these things are really sentient? So this is a real thing now? Like, the weapon's feelings are hurt, so it won't work properly? So they have to configure a way to make it work? What are we talking about? And then you make that the reason to add in, like, give those goats worthwhile. And then at the end, where, this non-sentient thing that now we know is sentient.
Actually, the goats don't make any goddamn sense.
You decide to go, hey, this can't just shut itself off because it's sentient, which you've made us realize through this whole movie. It can't just shut itself off. What? Because when Thor tried to go to the planet, it didn't let him do that. So either your weapon is with the God Butcher, or it's not sentient. It just needs to be. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is because the movie makes it up, but you made it up from a gag. That's why it makes no sense. And that is the crux of the movie. And this is why I'm looking at this movie and I'm going, this is some bullshit. And then, and everybody's watched the show. You know, we did it on Stranger Things. You can't make a villain a really, really bad guy if you don't show that he's a really bad guy.
Exactly.
So you never show Gore taking out these other gods and all stuff like that. But here's my thing is, all right, he's taking out all these other gods. We've seen from him going to get Lady Sif that these gods also had armies, supposedly, because you would see all these bodies on the battlefield. So the God Butcher was able to go to these planets, slay their gods, slay their armies, but then at the end, he can't slay a bunch of kids with the power of Thor. What are we doing? Like, what? Like,
what are we doing?
Right? Like, it'd be different if he was like sneaking in the night and like stabbing these guys in their sleep, or like they'd be out at sex parties and he's sliced. Then I'm like, okay, I get it. He's like stealth with it. But no, they showed him massacring armies, the bodies on the ground all over the land, the battlefield. And then at the end, those same creatures that I'm assuming that did that massacre can't beat up these kids.
He's killed so many gods that like when they go onto the fucking whatever the ship that the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy have, you know, he's killed so many gods. They have all these fucking shit going on. And they, oh, we gotta split up because he's killed all these people, all these gods.
Right.
It's red alerts everywhere. He goes down to Earth and he gets handily fucked up by the half of the people of
New Asgard.
Yeah. And then at the end, he gets handled by some kids, some children.
But the thing is it's played for comedic effect.
Yeah,
and
it's funny.
Yeah, but it also makes your villain look like a schmuck that he can't beat up these kids.
And that's fine. It's like if we were watching, like, I don't know, like a parody of a superhero movie, that's 100% okay. Or we're just watching a straight comedy that just happened to be a soup. But like, this is like one of the remaining franchise movies of Marvel. Like this is so.
Look, man, I'm with Jason. I enjoyed the movie, and one of the things I would commit it for that it is only 2 hours long. Like I'll commit it for that because when was the last time we watched a superhero movie that was just 2 hours long? Usually they're over 2 hours, and we're like
6 hours long.
Yeah,
8 acts. So I committed 9 acts.
But I do feel like they jammed 3 movies into one. If there's a 4-hour cut of this movie, I think it does have some seriousness to it. Why my one sentence review was thank God for Christian Bale saving this movie, because literally he's the best thing about this movie, hands down, bar none. And the little bit of scenes that he has are so intriguing, are so well shot and so well acted that, like, I'd rather just had the movie us just following the God Butcher and been perfectly fine with that movie. Like the stuff when he's talking to the kids is so interesting. Like you said, if he would have had more scenes in a better movie, like we will be talking about him all-time great villains. And I think even with the little that he did, he's still higher on my list than a lot of other villains. But we could have been talking top 3 here, and now we're talking that maybe he's top 10.
He's better than Yellow Jacket. I'll give him that.
yeah, like I said, he's probably top 10 for me now, but he should have been top 3. Like he was that good in the limited performance he had. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna say about Phase 4, man. Look, I heard a rumor that Kevin Feige wasn't fully enthralled in Phase 4 stuff as he was with the other phases, but he's supposed to be back like fully enthralled with Phase 5. So if that's true, we're definitely seeing it. Like you can feel it that these movies just don't feel like anything.
I feel like after Loki, because that was before WandaVision, right? Or was that after WandaVision?
Loki was after. WandaVision was the first one.
After Loki, you definitely felt like, okay, in Phase 4, WandaVision, you're like, I don't know where this is going. After Loki, you're like, okay, they're doing Kang the Conqueror. This is where all these things are going to point towards. After Loki, you know, you get to the Falcon the Winter Soldier. You know, I love it. It doesn't really point anywhere. It just pretty much sets up that Falcon is Captain America, which we'll talk about in just a second. But like it's setting the stage. You like even with the Falcon and the Winter, you're setting the stage. Like this is where we're going for, and then everything else is like, oh no, like we're just doing our own thing. This is not really going anywhere. Like from Spider-Man No Way Home to Doctor Strange 2 to even Shang-Chi, it's like none of them have been like. And I know like how you hated the fact that like they are only telling part of the story, and I get that part of it, but like as you expect for Marvel movies them to be heading in a certain direction that they're building to a greater story. They're telling little bits of a complete story, but that is a bit of a large story. You're expecting to be the chapter or the novel in a series rather than just a chapter, right? Where this round they're just like books that were written and they're all in the same universe, I guess, but like you could read them or you could not. And for me that's like disappointing because like that's what Marvel was about, was like they're going somewhere. They're heading in a direction. And these movies they don't feel like they're heading in a direction. And as I say, they just feel like they're just trying to introduce characters like no one gives a shit about. Like,
Well, even still,
wow,
I
you
can
got
commit
Cleo and
Marvel
Lady and
for
Doctor Strange, and you got fucking
like
Hercules.
I could commend Marvel for trying to switch up their style and bringing in other directors with different eyes and different looks and because again I think Doctor Strange is the best filmed Marvel movie ever. Like the camera angles and the things he does in it is better than we've seen in any other Marvel movie. So I think the Eternals looks like, as far as just the look and the aesthetic, looks better than a lot of other Marvel movies. So I commend him for trying to get different people in there. But I hate to say this, like it's a reason why you didn't want Edgar Wright to make Ant-Man. Like
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but these kind of movies that you're making, because of a consistency and a consistency of level and the storytelling you're doing, you kind of need lesser directors. I don't want to use that. You need directors that don't have such a
You need team
different
players.
style. Right. Like you need somebody that doesn't have such a unique visual style to make these movies, because I feel like you're trying to do both. They're trying to make something feel original and new in the area and genre, but still keeping the Marvel formula intact. So either let these guys go completely off script on the Marvel formula, or you just make them do the Marvel formula and add their flair of visuals to it. But you can't have them do their style of storytelling, but adding the Marvel stuff in, because all these movies feel like, oh, okay, Marvel needed me to put this part in here. Okay, Marvel needed you to include this right here. Like, and that's what I feel like that's the biggest problem in Phase 4 is like it feels like you got all these directors in there because you got so mad about people complaining about the Marvel formula, letting them do their own thing, but you're still kind of saying we still need these elements in here to make it feel like Marvel, and I don't know, it just feels unbalanced.
Yeah.
And Thor feels unbalanced. It
It's
feels
very
way too
unbalanced.
comedic without what we need. Shang-Chi felt unbalanced. The Eternals felt unbalanced. Spider-Man No Way Home is the only one that felt that had balance. But I also going to say that like that's the one that Kevin Feige directly has his hands in too, because it's a joint deal. So
And even
he's
that
more
one is like it doesn't really. I mean, once they were done, like it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't go into Doctor Strange 2. It doesn't. It's just up. The story is over, and
right,
that was it. And we don't have to worry about this anymore until we get to the next Spider-Man movie.
which is kind of one of those things that where I guess this Doctor Strange 2 will have to happen before Spider-Man, right?
It was supposed to happen before Spider-Man.
Okay.
So
Because I mean, in Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange actually references
yeah,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
which no one should know Spider-Man because of the spell he did. So
Oh
you
no,
have to
they should
assume
know
that
Spider-Man. They don't know who Peter Parker is. But also, he should
okay.
know that he did that spell for Peter Parker.
Okay. Anyway, we'll ignore continuity errors in Marvel and just keep it moving. Because I think No Way Home was because America was supposed to be introduced in Spider-Man.
See, it was because
Initially.
Spider-Man was supposed to come out after Doctor Strange, but because of COVID and shit, everything got, and that's probably why this all sucks, because everything got all the production shut down, everything got scattered about. So Doctor Strange, like even like I think WandaVision was supposed to come out, like be the like second or third last shows, whereas like Hawkeye was supposed to come out before that. So all things got
Mm-hmm.
shifted around and stuff like that. So I guess the reason why everything seems so disconnected and disjointed is because they had a plan, and this once in a lifetime pandemic that is real, that you should have got a vaccine for, happened. Yes, you should have got the vaccine for it. Vaccines are safe, guys. and that's why they're just kind of like, oh yeah, let's just put it all out there and we'll figure it out next time, I guess. And that's why everything feels disjointed. That's why this is also probably why all the directors are having their full reign, is because none of this shit matters. We're not building anything. I guess we'll get Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which is we just do Ant-Man. I'm not really keen on the Wasp. Not because she's a woman.
I mean, I like looking at her, so
because Angelina Lilly sucks. That's why.
Oh, she sucks as a human being?
Just in general.
Oh, okay. I mean, she's fine to look at, so I'm here for that. What is your review? What is your rating for Thor: Love and Thunder, Jason?
My rating will probably not reflect how much how much I did actually enjoy this movie. But I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 because it's just so disappointingly funny.
I'm probably going to give it a 3 because I just want to give that. I was at 2.5 as well. I'm gonna give it a 3 because I want to let Kristen Bell's performance get some credence in. I've watched worse Marvel movies than this, so I don't want to put that in the same bucket with those ones that I've watched worse. But I would give it a 3. I enjoyed it, but it's something I probably won't come back to, unless similar to Thor 2, where further on it has connective tissue. You go, oh, I need to watch Thor 2 again because it actually meant something when we got further down the line.
Everything hinges off of Thor 2.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing dimension and planet hopping all in that movie, and nobody knew and cared. So, yeah. Welcome. Thank you again for listening to another episode of the N-Word for Nerd podcast. As always, your host, Lord Jason, and Lord Jason gave you the unfiltered,
the Lord's Jason
view of everything going on here. But guys, again, thank you all for watching and listening. If you could always do us a favor by hitting that like button, the thumbs up,
share,
and making sure you subscribe. Yes, absolutely. And share our content. We really would appreciate that. But Jason, you got any final words for everybody?
Yeah, just be kind, be considerate, and tip your servers and bartenders at least 20%, if not more, if you can afford it. And yeah, that's it. Nothing about you.
And hey guys, again, thank you guys for listening. We will see you all next week. Peace.